Alright guys, in today's video we have some very exciting PlayStation 5 news and information to go over and talk about. I'm going to dive right into it, but before I do, I want to ask you to please leave the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification icon as well to help it out and show your support. Now the first thing we're going over is the exciting news that was just revealed today that PlayStation will in fact be at Gamescom this year in a pretty significant way. They're going to be showcasing the first proper PlayStation 5 gameplay demo featuring Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This comes as kind of a surprise because we know as of right now, the only first-party game confirmed to launch alongside the PlayStation 5 is SpiderMan Miles Morales. So you would assume that the first gameplay demonstration we would see would be from Spider-Man. But it seems like Sony is throwing us a little bit of a curveball here where they're deciding to go with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which I'm all for. I think Ratchet and Clank looks amazing, and I think out of all the games that were showcased so far that we know about, and we've seen a little bit of gameplay of running on the PlayStation 5, I think Ratchet and Clank is probably the most impressive because of what we were seeing with the instant world teleportation. And this is most likely why Sony is deciding to go with Ratchet and Clank over anything else, because believe it or not, what they're doing is very impressive. That's not to say that the other games that Sony has aren't as impressive, because of course they are, but it just seems to me like Ratchet and Clank is doing something very creative that we haven't really seen before. So either way, this is going to be a full-blown gameplay demonstration. It sounds like it's going to be between 5 and 10 minutes, and Jeff Keighley did confirm this over on Twitter, and he also confirmed that Insomniac Games will be taking questions as well, so it sounds like we're going to get a little bit of a Q&A regarding Ratchet and Clank as well. Now, this calls into question, will Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart be a launch window title? And to me, it seems like this is kind of confirmation it will be. Now, when I say launch window, I don't necessarily mean it will launch alongside the PlayStation 5. This could very well end up being a February or March 2021 title, because we know that Demon's Souls recently got rated, so it seems likely Demon's Souls will be there around the launch of the PlayStation 5, and we know Spider-Man Miles Morales is the only other PlayStation 5 title to have gotten rated so far. Ratchet and Clank, as of right now, has not been rated, so it could be a little bit further out, but to me it's kind of clear that Ratchet and Clank is pretty far along in development, and the fact that this is the game that Sony wants to show off first with a proper gameplay demonstration says a lot, and I'm incredibly excited. I was already planning on streaming Gamescom opening night live, so if you guys want to come hang out with me while I do that, it's always a really great time. I think it's just, it's always fun to watch these live events, but ever since I started live streaming them, I have to say it just takes it to another level. So I will be streaming it. If you want to come here and hang out with me when we do that, feel free to do so. I know a lot of you like seeing my live reactions, and the fact that Ratchet and Clank is going to be there and we're going to see the first proper PlayStation 5 gameplay demonstration just makes it all the more exciting. The last thing I want to mention here before moving on to the next topic is a question that people are bringing up is, will Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart be the only PlayStation 5 title that we see at Gamescom opening night live? Will Sony have any other information? Well, obviously, I don't have the answer to that. I will say that I wouldn't anticipate it. I think the fact that we're going to be seeing a full-blown gameplay demo of Ratchet and Clank is more than enough. It's more than I was expecting, honestly, but there is a chance we could see more. I would expect some third-party titles to be there that will be available on the PlayStation 5, but other than that, I think Ratchet and Clank is what we're going to be seeing, and that's going to be the focus. And so we're going to move right along here, and we're going to be talking about a new price and release date rumor surrounding the PlayStation 5. Apparently, this rumor is actually making headlines in Japan. It says here, a new rumor regarding the PS5 price and PS5 release date is currently doing the rounds online after it was picked up by a reputable Japanese source. I cannot pronounce this source, but it is a Chinese tech website, and they are, as it says here, reputable. And it says the PS5 is set to launch on November 20th. The digital-only edition will retail for $399, while the standard edition with the disc drive will sell for $499. And it goes on to say here, the supposed information leak also covers the price of various PlayStation 5 accessories, including the DualSense controller, the Pulse 3D headset, and the PS5 HD camera. And so looking over it here, The DualSense controller, they say, is going to be $60, which I don't know about that. It seems like the DualSense controller has a lot of unique features, and I would honestly anticipate it to be a little bit more expensive than $60, but who knows? That is the standard price as of right now, so it could stay that way. The charging station is $30, so that seems about right. The HD camera is $60, so maybe that's correct. I wouldn't be surprised to find out if it was $100 actually. The headset, the Pulse 3D headset, is about $160, so that actually sounds correct. That seems like an accurate price point. And then they have the PlayStation 5 remote control, will be $30, as well as the vertical stand for $25. Now, they do also list Spider-Man Miles Morales here for $40. And what's interesting to me is, reading this article, it comes from Push Square, they're saying that the fact that they have Spider-Man Miles Morales listed here for $40 is saying they're claiming it's going to be a budget release. But to be completely honest, I've always anticipated this. The second I heard the comparison being made with Spider-Man Miles Morales to Uncharted Lost Legacy, I knew right then it's going to be a $40 title. It's not going to be $60. I don't think Sony could honestly get away. I mean, they probably could get away with selling it at $60, but I just don't think it would go down very well with a lot of people. I think $40 makes the most sense. However, I think games like Demon's Souls Remake as well as Ratchet Clank, they are full-blown games, and they will be $60 titles. So, look, it's up to you to decide whether or not you believe this. One other very important thing that they do mention in this leak, which makes it seem a little bit unbelievable, is they're stating that the PlayStation 5 is actually going to launch earlier in Japan on November 14th, and then everywhere else on the 20th. This could be the case, but it just seems a little bit weird because we know that Sony has a big Western focus, and that's where, you know, it's much more popular. So with that being said, I don't know if this is actually accurate, but it is interesting. It is coming from a reputable website apparently, and November 20th does sound like a very plausible date. However, I would anticipate either, well, I don't know. I've said before that the 13th makes more sense to me, but you know, the 20th makes just as much sense. You know, it's still a Friday. Either way, it seems very likely this console is going to launch on a Friday. So yeah, I also want to mention before moving on to the final topic that I believe Jim Ryan made it pretty clear with his comments in the past that they're aiming for a worldwide simultaneous launch. So that's why I don't necessarily know if I believe that this console is going to launch earlier in Japan. But who knows? Maybe this leak or this rumor is 100% accurate. So I'll leave it up to you guys to decide. Either way, it is making the rounds. But finally here we're talking a little bit about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, because a lot of interesting information about this title has actually leaked out online. And so it says 2020's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War just got a massive leak shared by COD Tracker. The info was grabbed from the latest update files on last year's Modern Warfare game. There are even details of the Ultimate Edition content, and the release date is hinted by a little note suggesting that one of the pre-order bonuses will have to be redeemed by November 13th, 2021. Usually, these codes expire exactly 1 year after release. So I do find that date interesting. Essentially, what people are saying is that this confirms the release date of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, that being November 13th, which is on a Friday. And that is the same day that I've been predicting that the PlayStation 5 will launch. So could we see Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War launch the same day as the PS5? I think we could. I think it makes a lot of sense considering the, you know, close partnership between PlayStation and Activision. Goes on to say the official reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is due for tomorrow. The iconic Black Ops series is back with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, the direct sequel to the original and fan favorite Call of Duty Black Ops. So that is very interesting for anybody who is a classic Call of Duty fan. They're saying that this is a direct sequel to the first Black Ops game, which I'm actually really excited about because I loved Black Ops. I know Call of Duty at this point is like, it's a little bit tired, right? But I had some great memories and I had a great time with Call of Duty Black Ops. So I'm pretty excited for this. It goes on to describe the game. We know it's based in the Cold War, and we know that there's going to be returning characters such as Frank Woods, Mason, and Hudson. So that's going to be pretty interesting. It goes on to say, beyond the campaign, players will bring a Cold War arsenal of weapons and equipment into the next generation of multiplayer and zombies experiences. And so they actually list here the Ultimate Edition. And one other thing I do want to mention here as well that is kind of important, and it does tie into PlayStation. This is actually one of the biggest reasons I wanted to highlight this, is this leak also says that the multiplayer reveal for Black Ops Cold War is set for September 9th. What's interesting about that date is that marks the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation 1, at least in the US. It launched in, I believe, 1994 in Japan, but in the US, it launched on September 9th, 1995. So that marks the 25th anniversary, and there's been a lot of speculation that that is when Sony is going to be hosting their next event, which could very well be possible. I think it makes a lot of sense. It would mark a very special day. So it does line up there, and so who knows? Maybe this is the biggest hint that that is when Sony is planning their next event, and they plan to show off the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, I hate saying that name, multiplayer for the first time. But the Ultimate Edition, it comes with a bunch of content, but one of the more interesting things here, it says, note, console versions include current gen versions and next gen versions when it launches. So people are getting a little bit upset about this because this is heavily implying that in order to get the next gen version of the game, you're going to have to buy the Ultimate Edition. Now, I would not put it past Activision to make it this way, and frankly, this is what I'm anticipating. I think it's a little bit crummy. It is what it is. I have to say it's not surprising at all. In my opinion, it should just be a free upgrade, but, it is what it is. We know they're a pretty greedy publisher, so, yeah, I don't think people are going to be very happy if that is the case, but this is a leak, so we don't know if it's true yet. You get some bonus skins and whatnot, but it also says here they're going to have a battle pass once again, but you do get early access to the open beta. Apparently, they're going to be doing that in September, and it's going to be interesting to see if PlayStation players get the beta first. That's kind of something that has been happening a lot this generation. So, yeah, the reason why I wanted to mention this Call of Duty leak here is because it seems like it could potentially in some way tie into the PlayStation 5, whether that be the November 13th release date or the September 9th multiplayer reveal. Potentially, that could be featured at the upcoming PlayStation 5 event. Maybe that's when Sony's going to be doing it. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope you did find it informative. If you did, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and haven't already, hit the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.